to the money market report. Bunmi, we understand that there was an auction that didn't take place last week. Or was there any cause for panic?
No, 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 no. Let me go through what
Tell, help
happened.
us out. Help us out.
So liquidity opened at 176 billion,
Mm-hmm.
closed at about 377. Apparently, there was a normal maturity of about 244 that came in on Thursday. Typically, CBN would mop up that extra liquidity.
Wait. You don't have to help our people. So the maturity, that's the funds went back in, right?
Yes.
They paid back.
Treasury bills matured into the system.
People got their principal back, right?
Yes.
So it entered back into the system, and normally the CBN
Will issue OMO again to
to
mop
take
up.
it back out.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, but it was a Thursday holiday, meaning that you when they issue OMO, they are giving you treasury bills in exchange for your cash
Right.
and interest rate,
Right.
meaning they're incurring interest expense.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, at least what I thought was the reason for them not issuing OMO on Thursday was because of the public holiday.
Right.
I mean, they are mopping up liquidity in order to stop banks and other speculators from speculating on FX.
Right.
We're in public holiday for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Right.
So why incur interest expense for 4 days that
Over that period
when there's going to be no activity?
Right.
So
Right.
I felt like that was the reason why there was no OMO auction on Thursday. Possibly we would see one either today or worst case Thursday.
Okay.
Because
okay.
on Thursday we have 377 billion maturing into the system.
Mm.
So definitely Thursday I think is a sure banker
For them to have to pull that money back out.
if they don't do it today.
Gotcha. Okay.
So because of the liquidity in the system, OBB and overnight rates plunged from a high of 25% to sub 5 at the close of business.
Okay.
There's also an NTB auction during the 80 billion was on offer, 80 billion was mocked up. The calendar for the NTB auction was released about 2 weeks ago.
Right.
From the calendar, you see that the amounts maturing are going to be rolled over in full, as opposed to the last quarter where we saw that they were only mopping up maybe like half or a certain portion of what matured, which gives me the impression that perhaps the fiscal and monetary policy authorities are forming a convergence in terms of what they think, where they think rates should be and where they think liquidity should be, or it might just mean that the DMO needs more money. That's why they are rolling over the total amounts that are maturing into the system for data. But we're going to watch out for what happens.
What happened? The demo, of course, being the
Debt
management office.
They're responsible for helping the government raise liquidity money through bonds and long tenor
and other securities. Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Anything else, or
Yes,
what's going on?
for securities, things remain pretty bearish, except for the very short tenor instrument, like sub 30 days,
Okay.
which we saw a little buying pressure. But the intermediate and the long tenured instruments were pretty much bearish. They gained about 20 to 30 basis points during the course of the week. There was an NTB auction, like I said. Swap rates came out a little bit higher. The 91 day came out at 10.2. The 182 came out at 10.5.
Okay.
And the 1 year came at 11.5.
Okay.
Which gives the impression that they are inching up rates as well, possibly because of the high demand that they saw at the auction last week. There's another auction this week, about 66 billion on offer. So we want to wait to see
how that goes
in that auction.
Cool. Thank you so much for that. Dolapo, we have a promise here that I think it's from the Minister of Communications that our president is going to finally sign the 2018 budget.
Yeah, he's going to sign it today.
Today, yes.
Being equal.
Yeah.
I think the bill was sent to the National Assembly sometime last year in October, and they approved it in May.
Yeah.
But they also increased the amount in the budget, which is not supposed to be part of their job. Their job is basically to, you understand, look at the projects and prune either leave the figure as it is or take it down. You're not meant to add brand new projects of your own.
Right.
So the legislative arm doesn't have the power to be adding new projects into what a budget document that the executive arm of government has given them. It's not allowed. But in Nigeria, all things happen, and it takes them. I mean, I don't know whether they read a page a day, but I felt it should be process should be faster now because I mean, if you submit something in October, why add like 6 months to look at the document?
Right.
I know when the world does that happen, it's too slow, and the legislators should understand that. I mean, we're in 21st century for crying out loud. All these things, pretty over the speed of thought now is too slow. So we need to do something about that process.
Okay, so we hope the president signs that, and we see what goes on with that. All right, Lagos, I really want you guys to check out this article from Feyi, Fawehinmi. It's titled "Why is the Nigerian Sovereign Wealth Fund involved in fertilizer production?" He also had a conversation with the CEO of the Sovereign Wealth Fund, Mr. Uche, Orji. because of course he sent out some tweets about it. He was looking at their performance for the 2017 fiscal year, and he noticed some line items, which is why I always tell you guys it's always great to go through financial statements because find out what's really going on. So, Bumi, help us out. Why is Nigeria's sovereign wealth fund? Maybe you should help us tell us what the sovereign wealth fund is supposed to be doing, and then we can now get into why they are involved in fertilizer business. Okay. All right.
Okay, so the sovereign wealth fund actually was set up to kind of like warehouse surplus. Um, the monies were supposed to be invested, and the fund itself is divided into four funds. The first one is stabilization fund, future generation fund, infrastructure fund, and the latest, the PIDF. That's the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund. That fund was launched, I think, last month.
Right,
they
right.
invested an additional $650 million. I think we covered it.
Yes, yes,
making
yes.
the total size of the fund about 2.1. Okay, so the purpose funds were as follows. The stabilization fund is supposed to help when we have price oil shocks. Say we budgeted the budget, for instance, for this year was set at $44.5 per barrel. So if it were to go below that, it would mean that we would be in a deficit in terms of our revenues.
Right.
We would take from that particular fund
To cover that
cost. The future generation fund is supposed to be for long-term assets for the future generation. The other one is supposed to be for infrastructure, and then the one most recently launched for projects like the railroad and stuff like that.
Okay.
The infrastructure fund actually takes care of agriculture.
Okay.
So under that fund, you can invest in agriculture. So he is not the MD of the sovereign wealth fund is not out of place in taking money from the fund to invest in the fertilizer business, because the fertilizer business in essence will help agriculture.
Okay.
The only problem I see, which is what the writer of this story was keen about, was the fact that the business itself incurred a loss. The loss was about 2.1 billion
last year, right?
2017.
Yeah.
And so in his interview, the MD, Uche Orji, tried to explain what happened. So this is it. When he came into
power,
there was no canopy to shelter the phosphate.
Right.
So they couldn't offload. I think they couldn't offload for about 45 days.
Yeah.
Then they had a problem shipping the phosphate to different states, because in that year, I think in 2016, they were not importing trucks, so no trucks.
Right.
They tried rail failed. They tried even importing through other ports, but the margins were relatively small. So he encountered problems all over the place. So in the end, they churned out the bags at 5,200 instead of the original estimate of 5,000 naira, thereby making a loss of about 2.1 billion naira. He says that he's not oblivious to the problems, and he thinks it's short term, and he wants to wait and see. He wants to try another cycle and see if it will work.
But Feyi, interestingly, asked him, Feyi asked him, why can't you increase the price of the bags?
I take a different view.
Okay.
First of all, sorry, our sovereign fund is one of the smallest in the whole world. And when you look at the returns of other sovereign funds, ours is one of the least performing sovereign funds in the whole world.
Right.
Why is this so? Like any other, the sovereign fund is supposed to provide alpha returns to the investors.
Right.
But the truth is that we're not providing alpha returns because the government is basically using our sovereign wealth fund to basically align with the Buhari's political vision,
which is to pump agriculture.
And personally, I feel that there's so many opportunities elsewhere. You understand, that they can do. I mean, we have a very, very sharp, wide infrastructural gap in this country. We're not addressing it in roads. We're not addressing it. And this man has spent so much time, that is Orji, so much time on fertilizer business. I don't know why. We have a bank of industry and we have a bank of agriculture. Why can't allow those institutions that are built for those kind of things take care of that aspect?
Right.
Why is the government also basically importing the components for fertilizer and mixing it and selling it to people here in Nigeria?
Right.
Why can't we build our own brand new fertilizer plant? Why can't we invite OCP, which are one of the biggest fertilizer companies in the world, who have a plant in Morocco, to come and do one in Nigeria? I mean, Dangote is building a refinery and a petrochemical plant in Ibeju-Lekki there. Most of those components are available in that plant. You understand? So why are we going mixing? You understand? And now, they're now fixing.
Phosphate is not.
No. There's some components that you import.
Right.
There's some that you can find here in
Like
Nigeria.
urea, for example. Yeah.
He said that they were going to take advantage of urea in Nigeria.
Now, my point is that why you now fixing the price, which is basically a subsidy.
Yeah, right.
You understand? In a business, you're not supposed to be fixed a price. Your price, demand and supply will determine the price of your bag.
Right.
But in fixing the price now, they've already incurred the loss of 2.1 billion.
Right.
And I'm sure that this year they will incur a bigger loss. All those things they're saying about canopies is all story for the god. This is Nigeria. Things also happen. I mean, when you fix a price, things always happen in Nigeria. You can't really plan this kind of country. Things come up. Nigeria happens.
Yeah.
You understand? So why are they fixing the price? So basically, subsidy. Now, what happened was that they made a loss in this transaction of 2.1 billion.
Yeah.
Now the government is paying them.
The government paid it back. Exactly. Yes. The government paid it back.
Why is the government paying them back?
Right.
Now I tell the government about that. Look, we're going to make another loss this year.
Yeah.
So give us 6.1 billion again. So the government now give them another 6.1 billion again. Why?
Right.
We're supposed to have alpha return. My point is this. Let me give you a good example. We're coming to work together this morning. Why can't a coastal road from Ekpe to VI?
Right.
And toll it.
Right.
We did not make better returns. Is that not much a far more simpler deal than this fertilizer business?
Right.
Get the private investor. I mean, there's this sovereign fund called Tamana said. I think is the Thailand sovereign fund. They even have projects that in Africa they do because the returns here are crazy.
Right.
Why are we investing in unproductive and
we're just hell bent on agriculture.
Hell bent. So let the Bank of Agriculture take care of this thing. Right. And let's move on. See CBN now. I'm seeing the governor of CBN going to go out launch rice mills and rice farms.
Right.
I don't understand
why
that.
Is the CBN involved in rice?
Borrow scheme. That's the Bank of Agriculture. Let them do that now. Why am I always seeing our CBN governor in different farms in Kebbi State? I don't understand that.
Passionate stuff from Dolapo.
Here's something we're trying to understand. We have messages in from on WhatsApp from Prince. Prince says, please, I have the recent increase in the number of, I've seen the recent increase in the number of assets management companies spring up. Is the sector safe? Do they have funds custodians? And then he continues, says, can you guys please do a brief summary of the law guiding asset management companies?
I think he's talking about AMCON, yeah? He's talking about the increase in the amount of companies they've taken over. I believe that's what he's
saying. Is that AMCON or asset management companies itself? Or
asset management companies.
No, first of all, because asset management companies that they're not obliged that all the assets all the assets must be in the custodian account.
Okay.
So basically it's not going to be in the name of the company. It's going to stand alone, and there'll be custodians or the trustees who will manage and make sure that the funds are properly used. So you don't have. That's basically to avoid a Bernie Madoff kind of thing.
Right.
You understand? Make sure there's transparency. So all the money come in a pool. That they're not commingling or diverting the money there. So it's basic. Yeah.
A quick question here. Gbenga Kamu actually sent this one. It says, will Nigeria follow through its threats to close the borders over illegal importation of rice into the country?
Gbenga, we're going to touch that one, but unfortunately we've run out of time. Yes, Valentine. That was the next story. But this NSIA, this Sovereign Wealth Fund fertilizer story, I really wanted to get it out there. I'm going to tweet it. You guys read it because it's really,
for the rice thing, customs should do their job. Because I see so many custom people on the expressway, they should be at the border. I don't understand that thing. They're looking for tinted vehicles, looking for this funny thing. They should be at the border, do their job.
Do your job.
Somebody's riled up this morning.
Dolapo is tired. Bunmi, thank you so much. Dolapo, we've run out of time. Thank you guys so much. Passionate stuff here this morning. Lagos, exactly.
We join, frankly speaking, with Muyo Afolabi, and right after that at 7:30, do not forget to join us on Freshly Pressed. Well, we have detailed analysis of the newspaper stories. Good morning.
Lively, very lively. Lago is tired.